Hey everyone, Merrick's here bringing you another video. This one, I'm just going to do a little bit of feud with the free-to-play. So, I know a lot of people, I think they really miss the boat on feud, right? You'll see people like fill up as much as they can all the time, right? Like with stuff that's not necessarily that good. Like you'd see somebody with this, what I'm going to show you right here. They'll fill every slot they can. I can't fill this one, and just with the biggest people they can, the highest talent, right? Whoever that might be, here, and then they'll do this type of thing and just put like the biggest talented 90k talent. If I run with 90k talent with this without even a single gold, uh, or even a 6-star bronze, I will get my face kicked in, absolutely destroyed, right? So instead, you run small, like 44k, right? Raquel starts loaded. She's the freebie, so she's going to be fine. Piper Nevin, I have the stuff so she can start loaded. I need 7 green MP. I have 4, 6, and our turn is 1 for 7. I get 1 matchy match here and 1 matchy match here. What that means, these charge the moves, so 2-3 matches loads the stun and the finisher, so I can recycle her, so she can take out somebody much higher than her. Okay, I do have a strap for her that's pretty decent. Takedown 2s and a 60% move damage. Lucky enough to have that at this point. And the only CSS I have in my entire roster for this is an attitude. And Trickster Stacy is probably my best. No strap, nothing like that. But we can start with the trap move loaded. And we have Taker for 12k flat gem damage. And she's only 17k talent, so we can probably punch across easy enough, right? Piper can punch way up, Raquel can punch way up, and she can easily punch across. So 3's the minimum, so that's what we're going to run. It's not great, it's not fancy. Now, I'm going to jump in here first, which I shouldn't do. And if I'm very unlucky, somebody will be super inconsiderate with like a 250k roster and join me. Had that happen, like in the dude one, literally the guy was 5 times my size, jumped in with it. He might not know better, right? How matchmaking works is it takes both of you guys' talent into account. So let's say I'm at 50k and you're at 250k. That gives us a 300k talent pool, plus or minus a little bit, and we're going to fight 2 people with a combined talent of 300k. In most cases, that gets you 2 people around 150k. So I'm facing, in this particular case I'm talking about, I was facing 4 4-star golds with my 44k roster. And he got a much smaller roster and wasted his time. So ideally, 150 is not bad. It's not great, but I'm way small. I'm the smallest by far. So that's about as good as I can hope for, really. 100k would be ideal. Even better would be like 60k, right? Within like 20k is really where you want to be, but 150 is not terrible. That's going to give us a combined 200k. I might get somebody with like 100-ish, worst case scenario, with 100k. Roster, but usually when you're combined is 200, you see a lot of this kind of stuff, so I'll probably be okay. 6 people with 122k. That shouldn't be bad because he's got 6. This is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about, right? This dude's running 122k roster, 2 6-star bronzes, neither of them great. He's going to be getting his head kicked in all feud, making his life way harder for him than it needs to be. You can see I'm a third his talent, and I will probably just be able to kind of roll through a lot of his stuff. This is a potential trap in Liv if she starts loaded. And because of, what is that? That's 1,000,000. Is that what that is? Trying to think. We'll try with Stacy. I could easily lose this one. This is my worst matchup, right? So ideally, we'd have a purple match to put this on. Barring a purple match, we want to create a decent amount of chaos. So we're going to put it right here. Generally, I don't like breaking yellow, but we want to get a bunch of gems, make sure I recycle, etc. Get a nice hit in. Well, nice being relative. So we can hopefully win our next turn. Everything's going great so far. Of course, now we can turn it purple, so the second time through, we'll have a gem buff to go with it, and now we're getting them all. So we're going to put it on the purple here. We're going to make a bunch of yellow. We may win this turn. If not, we should win for sure next turn. And we'll be good next turn. We got the buff, we got the traps, we got everything we need, which is just in time. This is why you want to start loaded. You can see his character wasn't loaded on top of running a full roster, like filling every slot. He couldn't even load his character. So that's bad, right? Makes it easy for me to win, makes it really hard for him to win. He's got a higher talent character. He's got a strap. He had a couple medals on. Everything, you know, that generally we don't want to necessarily see, but we still get the easy W. So you get a bonus for your first time win. Not a huge one, but you want one unique win every match, ideally. So that's one for us. We can get 3. That's the one downside. You won't score a ton of points this way. However, what you will do is score enough in this self-made championship thingy, the faction part, that you won't hurt your faction, right? And I'll show you what I mean. Like, because I don't have a big, obviously, talent pool, ton of my ladies are much worse than my guys, right? And this is quite fast with Raquel. That's the other thing. It's just a one-click win because she's 99 MP finisher. You can do this on a lot of stuff, right? So being able to punch up and not having to is a really good thing. It makes it super fast, relatively speaking, right? There's a good chance we'll be through ours before my line mate will be through his, and we fought somebody 3 times our size. It's not always going to work out. Yeah, see, we've got 2 matches won. He's only got 1. Way better characters probably than I have. I don't know. I haven't looked. So now we have to go with Piper, and I'll get the first time win against somebody bigger would be my preference. So we'll just go up against a 6-star bronze because I'd rather get the bonus against the higher character. I don't even know if that scoring makes a difference anymore or anything like that. It's just kind of habit. And as long as we don't cascade, we will win with Piper. It's a stun lock with this setup. We're probably going to win right away turn 1 anyway, as long as we don't cascade, though. We probably won't have to recycle, because I think I hit like 7 or... Oh, I hit 12 mil on the finisher. Okay. There might be a move damage bonus this feud for all I know. I legitimately don't even look at the bonuses. They don't matter. I use my best characters. I don't care about the bonuses. If they happen to be better, they're better. That's great. It's just a bonus, you know? So... Charlotte would be the next biggest threat for sure. And you can see we're just kind of cruising along. Somebody 3 times our size. My highest character is 5-star silver. They got a couple 6-star bronzes, but because of the way we're running this, it's really not a big deal. We can get into trouble for sure if we cascade. And I can't choose a lot of gems, so I can't be as safe as I would like to be. Actually, yeah. I could do this. Yeah, let's do this. I'm probably making the wrong choice. I usually do. That works fine. We get lucky. And we don't even need to hit the stun. We can just win right here. So let's save the time, not bother hitting the stun. Boom. Fast, easy win, like relatively speaking again. And again, this isn't like in a perfect world, you would get somebody close to your talent to run with. And then you would see much like, cause this, you can still run into trouble, right? Like I can see golds and if I don't cascade, I can beat a gold with Piper, but it's not going to be fast and it's not going to be fun. I'd much rather not. And if, because she just will take a while. And if I do, I'd much rather be able to swap it off to my partner, right? The worst thing you can do is get in this mentality that you need to beat everybody. Tag out. And if it's not favorable, if you can't win, if it's going to take forever and your partner's already done, just communicate and ask them to switch. Don't try and be like Superman and slow everyone down, because then you're just, what you really are is a bad player at that point, right? You don't want to slow your teammates down. That's like priority number one is respect your teammates' time. You don't know how much time they have to feud. You don't know if they're going for a leaderboard. Like potentially there have been times where people, where I have missed stuff, like a milestone, by literally one match. Literally one match. And multiple people along the way cost me that, right? Because they were slow, they didn't care, they didn't respect my time. And maybe they just don't know. So it's not necessarily nefarious. So don't think I'm saying that. They're not bad people. I'm not saying that either. Just you need to be mindful. It's not just you when you're feuding, right? So don't queue up for a feud and then go walk your dog, or, you know, go make food. That's like incredibly rude. Really bad feud etiquette. So you can see we have a super crappy roster, and we kind of just went all through that, right? We finished our line 6 matches. This guy has way you guys riddle me this, guys. How these are amazing, and I'm not picking on this person, right? This is just an example. These are all like incredible. They're turn 1 destroyers. He should be done like, I mean, miles faster than me. I have no bonuses. I won 6 matches in like 8 minutes with no speed up in a crappy roster, right? There's nothing here is hard. Like that he's going against. This is another classic case of somebody filling when they shouldn't, right? 166k with a really, really, really bad roster for 166k. This person should be running 3 or 4 at most. Just fill the bottom line, right? At absolute most, just fill the bottom line. This guy should be running like me and only running like 3, maybe 4, but only running like 3. And this is actually the right way. This is like, this guy could probably go bigger, I would say normally, but nothing is fast, so he shouldn't, right? He should probably only be running 3 at this speed, really. But those characters, and I'm not trying to pick on him, I'm not saying anything bad. Nobody, if you know him, don't like haze him or give him a hard time, right? Everyone's at a different spot in the game. I'm trying to use this like as a teaching method. So like these 2 I used on Merrick's account today, my main account, these 2. I almost used Trish. I used Alexa instead. I could have went either way. So, and then Mommy, I actually didn't use a Lady Acro today. So Rhea would have been not my top option. I have faster ones, but she's still insanely good, and I feuded with her for a long time. These 4, like, you should never, with any of these, your matches should never take even a minute, right? If you're taking longer than a minute, you're probably doing something wrong per match, and you should look into that, especially when you're fighting like low-level people like these. Like, these should be like all, I mean, like almost instantaneous wins with this. So maybe he's not set up to win turn 1, not using MP trainers right, that sort of thing. Damage doesn't matter in feud. You just need to hit hard enough, but speed kills. So, and you'll also find a lot of times if you get really good at being fast and feuding, people with better rosters will actually want to queue with you just because you don't slow them down. There is a couple, like not last feud, but the feud before, I had a faction mate queuing with me with a way bigger roster. He would save the little ones for me, and we just tag out, and I didn't even need to message him. Literally, he just did it by default, and we were just swapping back and forth, and we kept going, and he was, and I could jump this guy's line, but I'm not going to do that in this. With this character, he can finish his own line. I'm not going to do that in this case. I'm not going for any, I'm quite at my leisure, right? Like I'm not going to hit a bunch of milestones or anything. I'll show you where I'm at. Yeah, by the way, I'm at milestone 12 mainly because I don't have any CSS. Only 31 million. So it's not like I'm lighting the world on fire or anything. Yeah. Which means we're not going to have a great solo contest, but I'm used to it, right? Like it's starting out, that's the way it is. But what we are doing is we're getting all of these every feud, right? That was my first brawl. It's taking about 2 or 3 brawls to max this out. And what you can see is in the faction contest, and I haven't done any talent up. I haven't obviously spent any money. I'm ranked 66 just because I'm doing my stuff, right? Just if you do your stuff, you're going to contribute. So, that's kind of the point of this, is like maybe to show people like how you can like get better at feuding, more efficient, like that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to be trying to pick on anyone. I'm just going to try and point out things that I see, right? And again, why would I run bigger? There's literally no reason. I can get everything done that I possibly can with these because I mean, I only have one CSS. If you have more, you can just rotate them in, right? And it's not like it's hard. And it just makes your life easier. The bigger you go, the better their stuff gets as a general rule, right? So like on Merrick's, if I queue at 250 to 280k talent, I almost never run into anything even remotely stressful, or like, but you start running like 312, 320k, then you get like the biggest whales, and a lot of these people really, really enjoy the imagination that they're making it harder for people. So you'll see MP down more often, you'll see multiply down more often, you'll see there's a couple guys in particular, fairly well-known people that literally won't even start loaded. They'll legitimately feud slower to try, based on the idea that they think they're making it harder for somebody else. And he doesn't really. That's what props are for. So, and you know, you can just like force close out if it's not a favorable option before you attack. Like if you're not paying attention, you're like, oh, just close out, pop right back in. It's so minuscule that it doesn't even matter. So you're just better off playing for you and playing quickly and having your people set up. But some people get off on that, and that's okay, because you're supposed to play games to have fun. And if that's how you have fun playing the game, cool, go for it, knock yourself out. But I will judge you a little bit, not gonna lie. So this is what I was worried about. Sometimes the queues can be slightly slow, although usually not this slow. There also could be somebody waiting to join that's bigger and they're being nice. So let me hop out just in case. Like there's a 200, 250k person, and don't hop right back in, because sometimes people do that. They'll go like out and in super fast trying to trick somebody into queuing with them. Don't be that person. We've waited a good like 15, 20 seconds. So obviously we're not trying to trick anyone. No one was waiting for me to clear the queue, etc. So we'll just go right back in there. That's just some like feud etiquette kind of stuff for you. Don't clog up the feud lanes, right? Like, and don't be that guy that's queuing with a huge roster with small people, or like if somebody's with a 250k roster first, I should never join them with my baby roster. It's just kind of rude, right? This is great. Chuki here, 98k, that's perfect. That's like, see in here, see what I mean? We get a 66 and a 60k person, right? Much better talent-wise. And you can see this guy doesn't even have a bronze, right? So this is like a cakewalk. It's a walk in the park. Not that the last one was hard by any stretch, but this is even easier. So we'll use Piper for the top two and then just work our way down, right? That's how I do that. This game really likes me to cascade. And again, no reason to use the stun, because it's just an extra move, so close it out. That's a 1 minute win, even with me taking my time talking, loading in, all of that. That's pretty good. I mean, like, the next one, we already know what we're going to do. We looked at their roster, so we're not going to change. We're just going to go right into the next biggest one with Piper, and then we'll get our unique wins with our other two, right? So kind of take a quick glance, have your plan of attack, what you're going to do in mind. If there's counters you need to worry about, she might have a counter, a reversal. If she does, I don't remember what it is. Also, Bull Nakano lags out emulators, as you can see here. Quite lagged. So this is going to slow us down a lot. This is the other problem. It's only bull right now that's an issue for me. Once we get loaded in, it should be better. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. But she does that to emulators. Don't know why. Not loving this board at all. Okay, we're as fine as we're going to be in this situation. So even with the BS, we're still fine. I mean, you know, not ideal for sure, but another super easy win. Really, with Feud, you're just looking to maximize your time and make your life easier. Just play smarter and make your life easier. Like, a lot of people are like, I can't Feud, I have a tiny account. I mean, like, your account doesn't get any tinier than mine, right? And you can Feud with almost no issues, unless other people make issues for you, right? And then sometimes there's just nothing you can do. Sometimes it gets a little bit of a bad matchup, and it is what it is. But for the most part, you can easily get your stuff done, right? I'm not going to score 200 million points, but I don't have to, right? And again, you can see Stacy's not ideal. She's not necessarily who I want to use, but I do need to get those attitude wins. So here we are. Once we get these attitude wins with Stacy, this is the last one. I'm going to put someone else in, little lower talent, even than I'm running now, and easier wins, theoretically. And you can see we managed to miss because it's me, and that's the kind of stuff that I can do, like a boss, in point of fact. But we're okay because we didn't pin, so we'll just swipe here. Also, trap people take forever a lot of times like this. You're just like, come on, finish so we can get to the next match. You're slowing me down. And the same strategy applies to any level. You shouldn't run bigger than you're capable of winning quickly. Like, this is great. You get with somebody like Chuki here, and we're just kind of chugging through this, and all of a sudden, you'll see, like, if you can get somebody and you're queuing up with them like this, where you're close to the same talent, and you're just kind of burning through things really fast, all of a sudden you'll be like, man, how'd I get so many feud points so quickly? It's amazing, like, how much easier it is when you work, when it works, right? So I would encourage everyone to find a feud partner and talk about your feud strategy. Like, you know, if you're done, when I feud on my main account with my buddy Arrogant, I'm like, dude, we both, like, whoever finishes first, even if it's just slightly faster, takes the other person's lane. You know what I mean? So, like, the people that think it's like some kind of ego thing and they need to finish their line, they're stupid. That's like toxic masculinity at its best. Right? There's no reason to do that. Oh, I see there's a tag in my faction, feud chat. And let's see. You can have my last one. Should be easy enough for you. Oh, thanks, Chuki. And you see, he said in faction to go ahead and take him. And Raquel, I think, can one-click this one. Mm-hmm. He could have just as easily taken it. I'm not going to get a ton of points from this, but he's being super nice, and I appreciate that. And the reason I use Raquel is it's one click, fastest option, right? Plus, I didn't even have to swap her. So we ended up getting, what, five wins in that in 6 minutes with not 2 times speed up in a really baby roster. Like, it just is really not hard, guys. Like, to be honest. It's, you just have to put the appropriate size roster. When it gets hard is if somebody makes your life harder. One of their characters hasn't even scored any points on us, by the way, right? So like if a 250k person jumps in here, you'll see how much harder it is. And I'm not scoring a ton of points there. Fox is, oh, small, great. So this is good. 2 in a row with, it might take us a while to find a match, right? Main concern is getting all of these, and like I said, it is going to take me 3 brawls. You saw my first 2. I probably won't play a lot beyond that because I'm tired, it's late, and really, I don't have a lot, so it's 1 token there. I don't think I'll get past here and very far, and even if I do, not far enough. Like, it just, I don't have I'm not built for it yet, right? No CSS to make it easier, faster, that kind of thing. So, I'll just get my faction stuff done, and you can see as we're getting more matches done too. Look how much I'll move up the faction. I'm in 45th now, and we still got 1 milestone to get, and this feud is getting close to being over. This flash feud, there's like what, 2 hours left. So, just doing your stuff. In this, we're ranked 48 in the contest. I don't care about the flash feud itself, right? I care about the faction event. That actually, I mean, this one is not as good. And Fox, you can see with that 40. Look at, he's running a 45k roster, and he's second in the faction in scoring. Fox obviously knows what the heck he's doing, apparently. Or maybe he just saw me and wants to queue. I don't know. Me, I've done 2 matches, and I'm probably way down here in 63rd doing 2 matches, right? So, level 33. Look at all the other levels in here. 300s. There's a smaller guy. Right on, but you don't have any points, buddy. Come on, corn dog. Right? It's just kind of funny. And a lot of these guys could be European, right? Roman, I know, is European. I'm sure he's sleeping. Flash Feud's horrible time for the Europeans. I'm so sorry, guys. I think England in particular is horrible Flash Feud times a lot of times, so it sucks for them. I'm Pacific Coast, which is literally about the best possible time zone you can be in for Flash Feud. Probably the best. So you can see this one, there's obviously not a lot of 100k talent rosters queuing, so we're sitting here waiting a little bit. That can be an issue, right? Like that can be a problem at times. There we go. We finally got one, and you can see, look at it. We got really baby rosters to go against. This is, I mean, you see what I mean when you get people close in talent. You just don't run into all of these pitfalls and stuff that you potentially would find otherwise, and it's just, your life is so much easier. It's not always realistic to do that, I know. So like in this one, I haven't like pre-communicated with anyone. I figured I'd just log in, run what I run, get what I get, show you guys the good, bad, and the ugly, all together, right? And you can see what it looks like. So, of course, Piper can just do the choose move when they're her level like this, and it's just way faster, right? And once the bulk of my points are coming from unique wins, to be honest, right? 79,000 war score there. And watch what we get this second one when it's not unique. See what we get. We had 79k on the unique one. $1,100. Basically no points. So all we really want is to turn over fast unique wins, because I can't get big points. I don't have the stuff to get big points. So all I really care about is getting those as fast and unique wins as possible. And that's how you score decently. So in a perfect world, I just run a ton of brawls with somebody else that wants to get a bunch of brawls done, right? That's the best way to feud, in my opinion. I mean, it's gonna take us almost as long to have gotten in here as it is to win. Right? We're down to our last one already. See, 79k right there for the first time win. So many more points for first time win. And obviously Fox is not slow, as he's got the second highest score in the faction. He's even faster than me. So, and he's running a small roster. So yeah, mostly guys just feud smarter, not harder, right? Like, I don't really like. There's no secret special thing you have to do. And this the better partner you get, and the easier you can make it, right? Like, you can end up making it really, really. Look at the two people we're playing against. They didn't score any points yet. I feel bad for those guys, but they should honestly probably be running even smaller. The guy I was against had 4 people. Probably shouldn't have. We'll just jump in with a new person because I'm just trying to show you guys a variety of stuff. 88k is not bad to queue with either, so that's fine. We'll probably get to the gold chest at least, so that's cool. This will be the last one I run. I'm tired. 52k with 3. So see, this is sometimes this person obviously doesn't have a ton, so they went with what they had, right? And they were smart. So you can run into this. This is something like I would run if I had a gold, 1 gold, right? So this is definitely will happen sometimes. And there's nothing you can do, so we're going to see if I cannot cascade and try and be quick about it, so we don't slow anyone down. And if I lose, I can either suicide with my lower people or just let them tag in. We'll see how it goes, right? But try to be conscientious of your feud people that you're feuding with. I don't know this particular person that I'm feuding with, but I do respect their time. Again, you can see first time win 79k. It's all the same every time, unless they're like 6-star. We'll get way more for beating a 6-star. So I'm gonna try and win with Stacy here, and this is probably not a good move on my part necessarily. But I want to get that first time win against the gold. Luckily, they don't start loaded. Again, I don't know what they think they're gonna do with Piper not loaded. When they have a huge lineup like that, it makes 0 sense to me. But hey, I don't need to understand it. Really, I should have done that differently, by the way. I was talking and thinking about taking the purple instead of doing what I should have done. So that's my bad. We'll probably fine anyway. Probably. But I played that very poorly, to be honest. And next turn, if we make everything work, we should be okay. And I don't think I see a 5 match. So we kind of got a win here. TBH. We have the buff going on, so this will hit really hard as long as we get the bunch of yellows that don't overlap. Yeah, we should be fine. Yeah. 1.1 mil. So, yeah, and if that Piper had been loaded, we would have had a lot harder time, right? Roxanne potentially has a sub, potentially has other builds. I have no idea what this person is running on a gold Roxanne, to be honest. If they have max tier medals, I'm completely screwed. They don't. So that's great. Strikers have low health, so I think we can probably rotate through this, and if she's doing like 12k, 3 cycles probably, no, 4. It's going to take 4 most likely. And she's not loaded, so we can't even cascade once, potentially. Unless they get a 5 match. Obviously, in this case, we will be using said stun. And that's the great thing about Piper. She's somebody that I can punch all the way up to gold with if I have to. It's, again, not ideal. And it's going to take at least 3 cycles. which is not fast, but it's better than losing for sure. And this should be really big points if we manage to win, which I kind of think we will. And we're not doing so terrible time-wise. We still are we're not even 5 minutes into the match yet. So I feel like I'm not slowing anyone down. In worst case, one more cycle. 5 minutes to win your line isn't bad. When you're low, right? When you don't have 2.0 speed. I'm not going to piss anyone off this way. I'm not disrespecting anyone's time. How many points do we get for that? That's 144k. So that was almost like 2 wins of the other ones, right? So yeah. And I think, and you can see one of the people we were against scored no points. So let's make sure I have all my feud stuff that I need to do done. Right here. Yes, we did it. We scored we got 1 million points total during that. So now you can see I'm getting about 250k a brawl, give or take, ballpark-ish. So if I want, and let's say it takes me on average, let's say 7 minutes, because a lot of times you get people that are slow, or things just don't work out. That's like a half hour for 1 million points. We've been recording for 36 minutes, so that's pretty much on, because there was some time wasted and stuff. So I can do about 1 million points in a half hour, and that's without CSS, right? So we look at this and we start looking at the milestones, and I'm like, okay, besides CSS, 1 million points per half hour, 2 million an hour if things go well. Probably a little bit less, more like 1.5 to be safe. There's like, small gaps here. So like up to 49 million might be worth my time to try and hit some of them to get to like the chest of disappointment, because anything in here would be probably good for me, right? For the most part. So tomorrow morning, if things look good, I'll run the exact same lineup you're seeing here, unless there's a CSS that I have, which let me look and even see who that is. Tomorrow's feud. This all gets posted in my faction. So feud 4, any raw, Tori Wilson I don't have, Jacqueline I don't have, Maxine I don't have. I'm assuming I have raw. It would be too much to hope for that Piper Nevin is raw. That would be amazing. I don't think she is. I think there's a raw link this feud, actually. There is. So yeah, I can use Sonya or Shayna. I'll almost for sure use Shayna tomorrow, and she'll get those 2 wins. That's 5 million points. So we can kind of check out where we're going to be. In the course of getting those, I'll probably get another close to 1 million. So I can figure like 6 million more points without too much extra time. I'm at 36 million, so we'll call that like 42 million probably without too much effort. And then play 4 more brawls and get to the gold chest. Get my 1 token, probably call it good. Getting to the gold chest would be, I feel like, pretty decent for me in feud. Although, like I said, I don't know though that I want to play like 5 hours to get here. 4 hours to get here. Probably don't, to be honest. If this was my only account, yeah, I'd do that. But after that, there's nothing really good till here. And obviously, I'm not going to kill myself for that. So I don't know. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's kind of, maybe it's interesting. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you already knew this stuff. Maybe you think I'm stupid for how I go about it. I don't know. I'm curious to see the comments. I probably hurt some people's feelings. Don't feel, I'm not picking on anyone, right? This is just how I go about it. It's what I think works. And I think it works really well. And you can see just doing, I'm not in a tiny faction and holding my own, right? That's the main thing. For the faction event, that really can give you stuff, potentially, solo points and, this kind of thing. I'm doing my part. And then some, especially for how small I am. Now, the actual feud scoring itself, not quite as good. I'd have to play a little bit more, but also, you know, not terrible. I don't think, considering, you know, what it looks like. Granted, here we're in 70 seconds, so it's nothing that great, but just running a little bit got me all the way to 32nd. So I feel like I'm obviously more than pulling my weight in the top third of the faction. There's still 2 hours left, so I could fall a ways, right? But probably not even out of the top 50. So yeah, you guys can do this. It's absolutely something you can do. You can get in factions that you can get better rewards in, have better people to play with, learn the game better, and just grow into the game and your roster better, make your life easier. So I hope this helps. I'm really curious about the comments. Please let me know what you think, and if you learned anything, or if you think I'm just playing way off base. I'm always interested to hear what you guys think. So thanks for watching, guys, and good luck out there. I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'm tired. Nappy time. Yeah.